Grand Tuesday. How's it going? This is D with Divine Needle. Whew. Oh, we made it past Independence Day in the US. And yeah, fireworks, right? You know what's interesting is the the energy going on. I was taking a look at the energy via the grand machine, and I was looking at the tropical zodiac in particular. And remember, my readings were talking about judgment, which is also an uprising card. They use that to tell me about uprisings. And that's no joke. They're warning everybody, heads up. First of all, um, Neptune is retrograde in its home sign of Pisces. Saturn is retrograde in its home sign of Aquarius. That is the ancient ruler. Pluto is retrograde in its home sign of Capricorn. Then we have Mercury just left its home sign of Gemini, moving into Cancer with the Sun and Black Moon Lilith. We also have Mars is leaving Aries and moving into Taurus as we speak as well, with Uranus, the rebel. So the god of war moves into Taurus with the rebel, neither one in retrograde. So, yeah, the moon's in Virgo at the moment. And with Virgo, this is the area of the body of the pancreas, small intestine, and your digestive tract. So if you're having any issues in that area, don't be shocked. I've already experienced some of the digestive tract stuff myself. Yeah, and Virgo, it went into Virgo. Well, this is its last day. It actually will move into Libra today, late today. Like I said, the moon spends about 2.5 days in each part of your body, basically. So if you have rolling pains in your body, some of you are more sensitive to that moon energy. That's why. Okay. The biosuits, they're so much fun. Anyway, it is still in a waxing moon, waxing crescent right now. And whenever the moon is waxing, it is not a good time for surgeries because it will take longer for you to heal up based on Farmer's Almanac and a lot of other sources, ancient sources. Just saying. So, so if you experience any aches or pains in those areas or have any problems in those areas, it won't be a surprise because the moon's affecting that part of your body. But it does move into Libra late today, and that will be kidneys, urethra, or urinary bladder, veins, and skin. Okay? So, heads up for you that are highly sensitive and do get rolling pains throughout your body. It's like one day this hurts, next day that hurts or is bothering you for one reason or another. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, I am announcing that I am doing a podcast with Typical Skeptic, an amazing up and coming channel that is looking into a vast mirage of topics: paranormal, esoteric, and a lot of other topics. I think you would find of great interest to you guys. Uh, Important information is coming out on that channel. So much of the truth movement, new age movement, every movement. What a shit show, right? Movement, bowel movement, right? Pun intended. Anyway, in that everything's been infiltrated, and you guys getting truth out there is we're hard pressed, okay, for getting any kind of real information, okay. And by the way, my husband was listening to the news today, and now any of you protesting, whether first of all they use decisive things that they know are triggers for you to divide you. Abortion or no abortion is one of their little cuties right now. Plus, all these, the gun control thing is a hot topic. These hot topics they use to divide you guys. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you guys quit fighting among yourselves over this. Seriously. Anyway, they are. And they've been moving this direction for a while. Many of you have seen it coming down the pike. But now, if you're LBGQ or whatever, or if you're Black Lives Matter or any other group, they infiltrate you, first of all, with saboteurs, okay, to make you look bad, to make you look like you're not a peaceful organization. They hire people specifically to do that. What do they call that?
Agents provocateurs.
Agent provocateurs. Exactly.
That has been proven.
Yeah, that's a proven fact. And they've even tracked down who's doing that. So, if you do decide, because my readings are spot on with the uprising card keeps coming up. It'll be easy to see who the agent provocateurs are because they're the ones that are shooting, bringing guns to your rallies, etc. So if you get into groups, the government now considers you terrorist. Now, they started the whole terrorist theme some time ago, and now they're using that word against the very people that live in this country. This is here in the US, okay? Just, yeah, they consider it terrorist activity now if you protest against anything. Word to the wise. I told you guys being in groups clustered together is a very, very bad idea right now because they'll use every opportunity to make your lives a living hell. Just saying. Anyway, I needed to tell you all that because nobody else is telling you the damn truth, or very few. And their voices are being drowned out by the major supposed truth movement or supposed new age movement. The channels with huge sub counts, I'm telling you right now, you need to use your intuition and use that sword of truth. Put it up against that sword, and you can be easily misled. Even the most intuitive of us have been. So Just keep that in mind. Anyway, I am going to be on that podcast. Evidently, Sir Robert, he's the one that runs that channel. He would like to talk about bloodlines um, on our stream. I think there's more important fish to fry. However, that does tie into the grand picture. So that's what we'll talk about today. Anyway, hi AJ, how's it going? Aw, I appreciate you too. People that actually are smart enough to listen. It's like listen to common sense, just scientific reasoning. I'm an Aquarius. I'm all about the seeing well, the grand chess game, the big picture, the puzzle, the grand puzzle, and piecing together, connecting the dots. I do very well, and yeah, I see what they're doing, and they're definitely trying to cause this. Okay, confusion. And they're doing a damn good job. And there's so many people being misled. It's just insane. And people are so gullible. I mean, and I'm not saying they're stupid because they're not. It's just they really know how to wrap a package, if you get my drift. And it's like this whole thing to me has been a grand, when I say the puzzle, it's like this chess game, but there's 1,000 or more chess boards. And every time you move a piece on that chessboard, it affects all the other chessboards. Get what I'm saying? And so I do play chess. hmm And I see what their moves are. Anyway, but yeah, we will be doing a podcast. He pre-records and then uploads them to his channel. I will provide a link in my community tab. And depending on when he uploads that, I will put a link under my daily live videos. Okay. Whew. Anyway, uprisings. Yeah. With Mars and Uranus in Earth energy, that's here on Earth. And you've got the rebel and Mars together. So the uprising energy that they keep showing me in the cards is, yeah, definitely a thing. But I want to warn people that are doing, you know, and that's the hell of it, because so few listen to what I'm saying, um, because the channel's so small that unfortunately the people who really need to hear this aren't aren't hearing it. And that's a frustration I have to deal with, but I just have to keep moving forward one way or another. Okay. And that's what I told Sir Robert, um, the typical skeptic. Um, he, I told him, don't stop, keep going. You have to keep pushing forward. It's like my team. I figure I keep getting the information that there's a tipping point, and we just got to keep. It's like the finish line's not that far ahead, and we just got to keep pushing as hard as we can. Anyway, and evidently they're firing up CERN again. They did recently. That's a whole nother can of worms. But anyway, so when I got out the cards for today, they gave me three instead of the normal single card. And I was just shuffling and these dropped. And I'm like, am I supposed to take those? Yep, I'm supposed to take those. So we're going to start out with Dullness, 7 of Crystals. And that is 7 of Swords, by the way. Okay. The mind, like the crystal, can be rock heavy, dense, and opaque. Yeah, I feel like we're walking around with a bunch of NPCs that are exactly that dense and opaque, heavy as a rock, right? Dullness of mind is the side of your mentality that lacks curiosity, is slow moving, set in its way, incapable of flights of imagination, and closed to outside ideas and inspiration. Dullness is your state of mind when you feel blocked. Open up, look around, and be curious. Always try to look at everything through the eyes of a child. Okay. Dullness is also the mind's safety valve. And you'll see this happen with people. That glazed look comes over their face when you've hit them with information that they're not prepared to assimilate. Okay? You know that glazed over, yeah. It shuts down your thinking when you are fatigued or confused. Confusion, they talk about cognitive dissonance. That's confusion. Okay? Relax your brain. And dullness can be very down to earth. Okay? Practical thinking. Don't be sensational, just be realistic. The reality of our situation, right? Confusion. That's the reality of our situation. Confusion. The Six of Crystals. Ideas in the mind are like many varieties of crystal. They grow organically in all shapes, sizes, colors, and qualities. Your mind is overloaded with stimulating ideas. Their richness creates mental conflict and indecision. Inability to organize and make sense of this chaos causes confusion. Out of this confusing interplay of ideas, however, creative insights may emerge. Accept the battle of ideas, opinions, and points of view, for out of conflict comes clarity. My favorite card, Ace of Swords, clarity, truth, right? The fecundity and beauty of the mind's wild garden of ideas is a seduction in which you can become lost. You are overly cerebral. Get out of your mind. Get out of your head. And I'm so in mine today because I'm prepping for that stream we're doing. I'll do my best to relax, however, because sometimes information flows better if you're relaxed, right? All right, Woman of Crystals, Guardian. We have not ever gotten this card yet. This is first time. The mind, like the crystal, is beautiful and rich and therefore susceptible to exploitation. Boy, yeah, and they're using that, trust me. Like the crystal woman, guard your mind, your greatest natural resource. Protect it against invading negativities such as confusion, delusion, defeatism, dullness, and narrowness by giving it the hardness and impenetrability of the diamond. And this is this card here. Like the woman of crystals, maintain dominion over your mind. Train it. Continuously aware of its workings, you are able to direct and focus it at will. Meditate. The crystal also heals. You are a therapist and counselor, a healer of the mind. You bring mental health to yourself and others. You are able to articulate what you see intuitively. Trust the logic of your intuition. I trust mine. I hope you guys do too. 100. And yes, there are times that I doubt myself. But I always kick myself in the ass when I do that. Self doubt is, yeah, not a good thing. especially when you know what you know and you're relatively or 100% certain about something. All right, they wanted moonology for our oracle today. Seriously? Okay. I try not to balk too much. Nothing is yet. Okay, hold on. Nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon. Be bold. Make the first move. Cardinal moon. These cards are lining up with what the other cards are saying. Balance spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. Like I said, you guys keep pushing forward hard because you're very close to achieving your goal. All right. Fun times. We got 5 cards to read, so this is going to be a good long stream. Okay. We've got mutable moon. Let me find that. Mutable moon. Here we go. Mutable is all about change. Shape shifting. Remember, we had the shapeshifter just the other day. Was it yesterday? Um, so mutable is all about change, shape shifting, even that something is still developing. This card indicates that something is indeed changing and there's room for maneuver. So take it as a sign that the situation you're asking about is far from finalized. If you're not happy with the current state of play, that's marvelous. It means you can still change the course of the outcome. However, there is also a sense that the situation could perhaps be a little unstable. For some, this is great news because you can still influence it. Others will struggle with an uncertainty, but should stay with it a little longer. Either way, nothing is set in stone. Attuned to the moon, I know that the best will unfold for me. Additional meanings for this card. You're meandering towards your goal, and that's okay. Staying adaptable is key to success for you now. Make sure you're not being led astray. Definitely. Have you become distracted? Time to focus. Stay with it, whatever it means to you. So, whatever the it means to you, stay with it. The teaching in astrology, there are 3 so called quadruplicities. Quadruplicities: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. The mutable signs are Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces. And when the moon is in one of these signs, you know there's going to be more flexibility in a situation. The moon is in Virgo. Okay. Anytime you pull this card, it suggests there's an opportunity to keep visualizing and affirming what you want, as there's still room for change. So think about what you want and enjoy the daydream. It's one thing they try to keep you from doing is daydreaming, especially in school. Don't daydream, pay attention, when they should be enhancing that. You laughing at the cat?
I'm playing with him.
Oh,
He's favorite.
okay. Cardinal moon. Be bold to make the first move. Now is the time to be bold. Bossy, even. Take matters into your own hands. Cardinal signs are powerful and self starting. They're determined and great at organizing. Drawing this card strongly suggests that you're going to need to be all those things to get your ideal resolution or position in the situation you're asking about. This card may challenge you on how strongly you really want something. If you're worrying about a situation, it is a suggestion to be less passive. Instead, take an assertive stance as you steer events where you want them to go. Speak up for what you want. If you're serious about sorting things out, you may need to take the lead in some way to step up as a leader. Attuned to the moon. I'm taking charge of my destiny. Additional meanings for the card. Be bold and follow your heart and your emotions. Avoid reckless or moving too fast. So avoid recklessness, sorry. Come into your power. The time for action is now. Ask Ganesha, the Hindu elephant god, for help, which is interesting because I asked them to show me the most benevolent, strangest looking entity there was, and they showed me Ganesha. Interesting. Okay, so I need to talk to Ganesha, perhaps. The teaching in astrology, there are three quadruplicities: cardinal, fixed, immutable. The cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Remember, we each have all 12 signs in our chart for different parts of our lives. It's just the way the astrological wheel works. That's why I tell people to look at all the sun sign readings because they put together a big picture. These are the signs that like to get things started and which are the natural leaders. No matter when you draw this card, it's a sign that something new is starting and you quite possibly need to take the lead on it. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Practicality, that is full moon in Pisces. Have you been so head in the clouds that you've lost touch with reality? If so, take this card as a sign that you need to pay attention and make a concerted effort to move towards your goals. The more practical steps you take, the better. It's time to find an inner balance between your responsibilities and your dreams. Meditate on your question, and the solutions to your issue may come through very clearly. If you're in a tricky situation because you've been acting the martyr, this card will be a message from the cosmos to drop the act for everyone's sake. Attune with the moon. Meditate every day and see what comes to you. Answers will come. You know, it's funny because if you have a problem in your head and you're not sure how to fix it, like say your computer stops working right or your car stops working right or something, if you get up and you're getting just frustrated, if you get up, get away from it, go do something else, go to bed, you'll wake up with the answer. And then all of a sudden, boom, you fix it, right? Additional meanings for this card. You're a super romantic, but not super realistic. Follow your intuition, it won't let you down. At worst, this card can herald the end of a dream. The person you're inquiring about is a soulmate, and avoid substance abuse. Here, here. The teaching. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, so the full moon in Pisces symbolically marks endings. When the moon is full in Pisces, or whenever you pull this card, it's a time to dive deep into your emotions. Practicality is at odds with the numinous Piscean energies that have no borders. So feel your way now. Psychic ability is heightened when the full moon is in Pisces, and soulmates now connect. It's also time to send out your dreams to the universe, releasing your fears. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. Things are likely to get very heated as full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign. And we just got done with new moon in Cancer, just so you know. So there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now or surrounding your question. It's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move towards your goals or dreams. This card indicates an especially feminine time. It also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge is now coming to an end. This card also suggests that a domestic matter or private issue will soon come to a head and that it's a great time to move house. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is the time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. Hi, May. How's it going? Hope you're having a grand Tuesday. Additional meanings for the card: meditate to soothe heightened emotions. Don't be clingy. Stop sulking. Have you had enough family time lately? Maybe it's time to get away, or maybe you haven't spent enough. The teaching: the heightened emotions of the moon Cancer combination can't be ignored. However, Cancer is one of the moon's two home signs, along with Taurus. So, astrologically speaking, the moon loves to be in this sign. In fact, she rules Cancer. This means that with this card, there's a sense that all is as it should be, or don't worry, all will soon be well. And the very last one, you're very close to achieving your goal. And that's what it feels like. I feel like there's this finish line just in front of us. That's what it feels like. The gibbous moon. Let me find that one. Where are you, gibbous moon? I know you're in here. It's not in special moons. Hmm. Full new. Ah, there it is. The word gibbous means bulging. What a descriptive word, right? And pulling this card at any time of the month suggests that the situation you're asking about is bulging with possibility and coming to a peak. But this isn't an ending card with a neat yes or no answer. Rather, you're being reminded that some adjustments may yet be required before you get what you want, though you're certainly on the right track, which is hopefully reassuring for you. However, there is also a sense that the situation is a bit tense, so don't push too hard. One false move and the whole thing could blow. That's not meant to scare you. It's just to let you know there's a fuse attached to this situation, so be careful if you choose to light it. Attune to the moon. In other words, try not to burn any bridges, folks. Attune to the moon. I know that I'm on the right track. Additional meanings. Now is a good time to review your plans. Keep the momentum going as you move towards your dreams. Stay focused. It's a good time to start a new project. You need to get back into good health habits. The teaching: the gibbous moon comes at the very end of the lunar cycle, just before the full moon. She looks like she's bulging because she's almost a full moon, so she's nearly fully rounded. It's the culmination of the waxing cycle, and as such tends to be rather intense period of the month. No matter when you pull this card, it suggests a very ripe time and a very ripe situation. Wow. Wow. Okay. So, did you guys take all that in? I hope so. It was a lot, I know. All right. We're going to do a regular tarot reading now to add to this. And they didn't want my spirit keepers. They wanted heaven and earth. So, we shall give them exactly what they want. The overall energy for Tuesday, July the 5th. Cards are being weird. Yeah, they're really being weird. Flying around here. This is one of those days when the cards start crawling up my arm and all that fun stuff. That happens. Overall energy for the collective. And I haven't shuffled these yet, so it might take a minute. Lover's card. Overall energy. Card of Gemini. What's our highest priority? What is our highest priority? Highest priority for the collective. Yes, indeed. Highest priority for the collective. Okay. 2 cards. There's the Judgment card. Heed a higher calling. And 2 of Cups. So we have the Lovers and the 2 of Cups. Highest priority. Rising up. This is also the uprising. Highest priority. So for some of you, this is quite literally leveling up as a couple, a new partnership, but we'll look at it some more. And what do we need to be mindful of and or prepare for? Okay, 2 more cards. Illusionary Success and Magician. So 7 of Cups and the Magician. So we've got 3 major arcana, 1 in each slot. What is our underlying? Boo! My favorite card. Truth and Clarity. There's that Ace of Swords I so love. I do love that card. My goodness. The truth, because this right here is what sets you free. Ace of Swords. This is also a aha moment. Okay. I'm going to move these over just a little bit. Get a little more centered up on the screen. There we go. Anyway, clarity. King of Swords. The Aquarius card. That's the logical, critical thinker of the bunch. It's also a specialist. So some specialists may be bringing some truth and clarity. Hopefully that's what I'll be doing today or later on this evening about the foundation. Yep. So for some of you, this could be, well, for instance, remember I had the reading where I said that somebody's going to have trouble with their water lines and stuff, and that they're going to have to hire a specialist. Well, that specialist comes in, gives some clarity to the foundation, and yikes, it's not as good as it looks. The Devil card. Being tied to what you fear, right? Fearing the worst. Empress card. Card of Taurus. And card of Venus. What else? Oh, and a tower. Oh, okay, guys. Hang on tight. But we do have a very good turnout. Nine of Cups after that. So, um, creating a tower, creation. Hmm. All right. Just kind of taking the energy in. So, an aha moment. This could be the overall energy is Gemini. So, this could quite literally be talking about a Gemini at the center focus of your day. Or it could be a contract. It's also a decision point, a major decision point choice. Okay. And there's some clarity on this that you're going to get. And it's interesting because it's a rising up of water, an uprising of water. So, I do have a Gemini friend that needs to be aware of this. Um, your well will be producing water soon enough. Evidently, that's for a Gemini in particular that I know. Um, the the uprising of love. See, that's people gather together to protest. Um, but this uprising, this heeding the higher call in partnerships and love, that's more important than anything else right now. It's like, I almost wish this Two of Cups was um, people of different religious backgrounds or people of different ethnic backgrounds or whatever were represented here. But this is the joining of a team. Um, and, what I foresee is people coming together in the uprising, but coming together in love. Okay. So partnership energy, big time partnership energy. Let's see if I can get both those cards because I want you to see that. This is them rising up, heeding a higher calling. The higher calling is about love. Okay. So a big decision point, teamwork, twos, pairs, contracts, soul contracts, what have you. What to be mindful of, prepare for. I know this says illusionary success and the magician, but what I see is this decision point is all these cups. So water energy. There's a lot of water in this reading. Well, we got air over here. We got water here, and here, because this is a card of Scorpio, the judgment. Um, then we have Scorpio here too. Okay. And then we have this is Virgo and Gemini. The reason they make this is Mercury. Okay. So if you look at the symbols on the bottom of the card, if I can get it to focus on the bottom of the card. Come on, you want to do it. Anyway, if you look right here, you'll see a little tiny Mercury symbol. There it is. Okay. And then you see Gemini and Virgo here because this sign rules those two zodiac signs or this planet. Okay. Affects those two and rules those two. Mutable. Okay. So, magician and the illusionary success. But what I feel like is this decision point is all these different cups. And I'll give you an example for me personally. There's a whole lot of different topics that I'm emotionally passionate about that we could discuss during the podcast, for instance. But I need to make a choice between those cups and then manifest it, right? But we're going to be talking about bloodlines because that's what he requested. So we will do that for sure. Anyway, that's really obvious to me what this reading is about. I don't even think I need to pull anything else. Um, and I heard when I look at this, I just heard the devil's in the details. Okay, the devil's in the details. Foundation energy. I'm going to be talking about bloodlines personally today, but for you guys, this could be anything. This could be that well for my Gemini friend. This could be something in specific that you're going to learn some clarity from a professional, some truth. Okay. Because that King of Swords, that Aquarius card, they're going to come with the truth. Trust. Okay. So that's what we're looking at. And it's going to be shocking for some of you. Okay. It will be shocking for some of you because we do have a tower in there. And that could be shockingly good or shockingly bad. People see that tower card and they think, "Oh, something horrible is going to happen." The devil's in the details, but the tower could be actually especially with an ace of swords, that clarity card, very enlightening. Let's just say that. Ramishi, how's it going? May, how are you doing? I really appreciate you guys all being here. Rashimi wants to ask a question. Are you still here? I don't have the timestamps up on the chat. I should put those up on the chat. And I know there's a way to do it, but uh, no, not from here anyway. But Rashi, Rushmi, Rushmi, Rajankar, are you still there? Would anybody like me to pull them a card? Because I will before I end the stream. Even though it was a little longer, this part was pretty cut and dry. Because sometimes this can take a while. But it didn't. The other part, the first part, definitely took some time because they gave us extra cards today. But this part was very cut and dry. Okay, May, I'll pull a card for you. Do you have a particular question or do you just want a general? What do you think, May? Love. It's all about love, right? Because in the end, that's what really matters. Love coming your way. Okay. Phew. We'll see if a single card will tell us what you need to know for May. All right, May. I'm going to cut this deck for May right there. And my husband's looking in the window at me. Hey, baby. He's so cute. He's outside. Don't know what he's doing, but he's out there. Queen of Swords. They're telling you to cut out what no longer serves you, May. So you need to think about what that might be. Remember this Queen of Swords, and I love that the swords energy is being very prevalent today because that's logic, right? That's using that sword. The Queen of Swords isn't, just off with their heads kind of energy, but she can be, okay? But it's also somebody who's very fair and balanced, but she's not going to hesitate if something is, in other words, about love coming your way. I think they're trying to tell you to be extremely discerning, okay? So if somebody approaches you, a new suitor perhaps, be very discerning, okay? All righty, May. I hope that helps you on your love path because love is important. Us becoming these couples, these soul contracts, is important. It is what drives our spirit, right? Okay. Rashim, let's see who else. Rashmi. I'm going to pull a card for you, okay? About the government officer. Will you become a government officer? And this card just, look what it did. Went on top of my hand. They do that. That is taking stock and evaluation. And I was going to say that when you ask that question, evaluate, is that what you really want? If your government's corrupt, can you, as an officer, help resolve that problem? You need to evaluate and take stock. This is planting seeds for the future as well. But it's looking at them, they're not ready to harvest yet. So it's not quite yet kind of energy, but you need to really highly evaluate. Okay. And will you becoming a government officer, will that fulfill you? And will you wield that kind of responsibility with discernment and clarity? You know, I hope that helps you. But not quite yet, they're saying. Because that kind of a government officer or a government position is, people think, oh, yeah, I can boss people around. That's not what it's about. It's about servitude, serving the people, the public. So if you're in it for ego reasons, I would suggest highly not. But if you're in it for the right reasons, servitude, service to others, then by all means. Okay. Anyway, evaluate your decisions. And not quite yet. Anyway, anybody else? Anybody else? All right. Well, I'm going to end it there. I do hope you guys have a grand Tuesday. It seems that is the theme for today, twos and decision points. Okay. Anyway, have a really good one. Information's in the description box if you would like a personal private video reading with a more detailed deal to any questions you may have. Anyway, love you guys. Have a really good one. And stay strong. Uprisings, yes, but make it about love. Okay? Talk to you later. Bye for now.